Hi, second graders. Ms. Shannon back here to work on our mealworms. We are going to review the life cycle of a mealworm in this lesson, and then you will take a short quiz on our mealworms and what we have learned so far. This stage, the larva stage, is what you see your mealworm in currently. The mealworm will go through different stages during its life. The mealworm is the larval stage. When the larva needs to grow, it sheds or molts its outer skin, also called its exoskeleton, which we practiced last time. This is called molting. So they molt in order to grow. The old skin is left behind. I asked this question in our last lesson. What do you think the tiny granular objects are at the bottom of the vial? So you might find some little tiny granular objects that is not the bran. What do you think it is? They are the mealworm droppings. The next stage is the pupa stage. None of us, I think, have yet to see our mealworm in the pupa stage, but these pictures on this page show what it will look like when it goes into a pupa. The mealworm has entered a new stage in its life called a pupa. It is alive, but it does not eat or drink. It is undergoing a complete metamorphosis. This stage can last up to 2 to 3 weeks. So once your mealworm does turn into a pupa, it will lay inside your vial for 2 to 3 weeks without eating or drinking. Okay? So during that time, it will not need a sweet potato or a carrot. It will just need probably some bran to lay in. So here is a picture of our life cycle. So of course it starts as an egg. We received them in the larva stage as a mealworm. Depending on the length of time, how old they are, the different conditions they are living in, your mealworm will turn to a pupa, hopefully within the next few weeks. And then after it is a pupa for about 2 weeks, it will emerge as an adult beetle. You will know when that will happen because you will see a black beetle inside your vial instead of the pupa. And so this is the life cycle of our mealworm. Let's review some of our vocabulary from this lesson and get us ready to take our short quiz on mealworms. Insects grow and change into different forms called stages. The stage our mealworms were in first is called, so don't think of it like at the very beginning of their life cycle. Think about what stage were they in when you got your mealworm. Were they a larva, a pupa, or an adult beetle? They were a larva. Mealworms shed their skin to grow. This is called, what's it called when they shed their skin? Molting. The tiny grain-like objects at the bottom of the vial are droppings. Mealworms have lines on their body which show the 13 segments. If you look closely at your mealworm, you can kind of see those different ridges or segments of their body. So your mealworm should have 13 of them. The stage of the mealworm when it does not eat or drink is called the, remember what happens? What is the mealworm called when it does not eat or drink for 2 to 3 weeks? It is going through a metamorphosis. It is a pupa. All right, so thank you for reviewing some of our mealworm vocabulary with me. Now I am going to switch over to show you what your short science quiz will look like. Here is the first question on your mealworm quiz. It says, circle 4 words that describe the needs of insects. So this is from one of our first mealworm lessons. What are the 4 things an insect needs to survive? Your choices are air, sticks, food, water, enemies, space, or soil. What are the 4 things your mealworm needs to live? You're going to click on the purple circles and drag them to choose your choice. So make sure you have circled the 4 words that you think each insect needs. Question number 2. We can see a picture of the life cycle of the mealworm here. I have already entered in where the egg stage belongs. And now it is your turn to click and drag the correct label to each picture. The first one has been done for you. So see which one is the larva, which one is the adult, and which one is the pupa stage. You will click those rectangles and drag them next to the picture they match. And lastly, the question is, why do insects molt? Insects molt in order to blank. I'm looking for one specific word here. I mentioned it in the video, this video, so if you need to rewind and listen in again to find your answer, you can. So tell me, why do insects molt? Okay, after you finish this quiz, you will click submit and turn in your work. Remember, you can always be observing and watching your mealworm in its habitat, making sure that it is not moldy and that you've got fresh bran in there. So I hope you are enjoying taking care of your mealworm today. I will see you later in the week to do some more observations. And remember to tell your teacher when your mealworm turns into a pupa.